Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Football. And ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back for yet another Blaugrana podcast. And listen, guys, big up to all the people, guys. Apologies, we're late, guys. As you guys know, when I'm working week, man, sometimes I do get late, and I do apologize. This is on me. But yeah, we are here, guys. Finally back after almost a week out on of YouTube. But yeah, yet again another episode of the Blaugrana podcast with my boy, Barca boy 103. Brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. Barcelona, of course, on the weekend, giving us a positive result. Some big games ahead, but should be quite, content on paper. No huge game for a while, which is good to see. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, vibes are great. Hopefully, it continues.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button, guys. All the beautiful stuff. Big up to all the people who are in here, guys. Like I mentioned, apologies for the lateness. But listen, Hafed, man. Listen, it's been a long week, man. So many different things have happened. Obviously, we didn't do a Blaugrana podcast this past Friday, and that was because I couldn't make it, unfortunately, to the show. But listen, obviously, man, we won this weekend, right? That's where we're gonna start, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real Oviedo, right? We were away from the top of the table for 24 hours. A lot of the Madridistas were already doing most of the talking as usual. But listen, at the end of the day, it is lonely back at the top again, isn't it? Hafid, talk to me, man. Listen, 3-0. Professional victory. I expected to predicted a 3-0. I didn't expect us to batter Oviedo, but let's be real, right? It was gonna always be like this. Let's be real, right? We were the better team, right? It was first was the bottom. So yeah, I don't really know what anyone was expecting. But at the end of the day,
Mm.
like you mentioned, we won the game. What a performance, man! But let me know what did you think about the performance against Oviedo, man?
Firstly, I did predict a 3-0, so I guess the game kind of went how I expected. I thought it
Me
was,
too.
I think, yeah. Oh, great ball knowledge. Um, it was a game that didn't go as well as I thought. I thought
Mhm.
it went well in the sense that we were comfortable throughout the 90 minutes. Never thought at any point were Oviedo threatening or having chances on goal. Yes, they had a few sniffs in that first half where Barcelona were playing probably the worst 45 minutes we've seen this season. But I just think because the expectation is so high, I think it wasn't the worst team. Expecting a 7-8 nil, so it was 0-0. You're not, but I think there's the fluidity in that first half was so off, which is I think something that Flick has to look out for. Who's to be that creative outlook, the tempo setter, without Pedri. But second half I think was much better. We were progressing the ball forward much more smoothly. Yeah, of course, got the two goals from the two mistakes, which of course we will take. Nothing goes unhanded. If you get it on the plate, you take what you take. Lamine Yamal scores a golazo, and
Mhm.
overall, I thought it was quite solid. I think that Flick made some good rotation. Surprised not to see any minutes from Rashford in this game. He played 0 minutes. I didn't like how he started playing like Frankie De Jong in the 10 and stuff like that. Didn't like Cancelo playing at left back because I thought personally we signed him to play right back. But
Mhm.
overall, can't complain about the result and the performance too much. It went our way, and like you said, it's lonely at the top.
Hey, listen, man. Like you mentioned, man, it was a professional performance. I'm gonna be very honest with you, man. Right? To be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't really impressed with the performance overall because I think that in the first half we were really poor against, especially against Oviedo. Like the fact that we didn't even register a shot on target in the entire first half is embarrassing. Let's just call it for what it is. It was
I
embarrassing,
think
right?
Raphinha's shot, that shot he had the end was on targets. That would have been at least
Uh,
one.
I didn't notice. I thought it didn't count as a shot on target, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But still, right? It was not a good first half. I was very disappointed with what I saw in that first half. I expected more. I really expected more in that first half. But in the end, right? Second half, we woke up, right? Obviously, first goal was really a gift, right? It was a gift from Oviedo. Dani Olmo. Listen, people have been criticizing Olmo, man. That game against Sociedad, people were on him again, once again. And I'm like, bro, we got
Mm-hmm.
to stop this. This guy, let's be real. Okay, he wasn't great against Sociedad, but really, look at all the other games he's played this, even in the Champions League, right? He was good when he came up. Look at the goal he scored, right?
Yeah,
This guy,
yeah.
since he's come back from injury, we got to give credit where credit is due. Dani Olmo has been picking up his weight, and I'm loving it, right? Because we all see the player, right? Obviously, the biggest worry that us Barca fans we have, it's the injury record. You understand what I mean, right? But that's frustrates us. But really, let's be honest, it was a beautiful, beautiful game, right, to watch in the second half. The goals, I mean, before we talk about the Yamal goal, even the Raphinha goal, man, cool as ice. And once again, Raphinha, bro, he's been our player of the season right now. Let's be real. Last season, I think he deserved it. This season, I think he's 100% been our best player, right? We've seen since his return from injury, his impact in the team. Even in games where he's not even playing at his best, right? He's still been able to get goals. And I love that. That shows how much of a clutch player he is. Lamine Yamal. Let's be real, man. I got to give credit where credit is due. I know people, have been criticizing Yamal has been the trend recently, but we got to give credit where credit is due, man. Like, even in games, even though I've not been impressed with his performances recently, I like the fact that he's still getting goals, even in games where he's not even playing at his best. You understand? Even in the game yesterday, let's be real. His goal was the one that got the headlines. But really, before the goal, we could look at that game and say, well, really, Yamal didn't really do much in the game. But that's what I love to see. I love the fact that even in games where he is quiet, he has that moment where he can just turn up. Because that's what he was doing a lot last season. And even in games where he was being quiet, he was turning up with goals and assists out of nowhere. So it always made his performances look even better, pleasing in the eye. You understand what I mean, right? So I'm very, very happy about, the fact that some of our players, the key players, are performing. Obviously some of the downsides is the, Lewandowski has been poor, but let's be real, right? At this point, I really don't expect a lot out of him, right? But it's very evident that next season he is done, right? This is his last season. He's got, we got to look for a striker for sure, right? But let me ask you a question, right? Obviously, if you look at our next few games in the winning run, in this run, right, this on paper looks like an easy run, but we've seen the Sociedad game as an example of, Sociedad were 14th when we played them. They have not been good this season, and they still managed to beat us, right? Do you think that the performances should improve, or is the performances not giving you, because it's really giving me worry, right? I'm gonna be very real, and especially in the away games. Maybe in the home games, I'm more, confident, but away games, I'm a little bit more worried with these kind of performances.
I don't think you should be, because we just come off the back of 8 games in a row and won 7 out of 8 of them. So I don't think this team has really shown like, away from home, things go badly or anything like that. I think the Sociedad game, I think you remember very well. We battered Sociedad. We had a great game. We had so many chances, just couldn't finish our dinner at the end. Balde said in the press conference for the Slavia Prague game after Sociedad that sometimes those games happen. We're just happy that we at least performed well. Of course, disappointed about the result. For the games going forward, I'm more worried about midfield. Without Pedri, you have not really a clear-cut creator in the midfield, especially in the deeper positions. That's why I really want to try Dani Olmo in the 8. I'm very much a fan of trying him in that position. I think Flick tried it a few times. I know he tried it against Racing. I think he even did it against Athletic Club in the semifinal of the Super Cup for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So he's tried it here and there. I think that could be a good solution because Bernal and Casado and Frankie don't really have any, or Eric Garcia, don't really have any creative factor to them. They can maybe create chances for sure. We've seen Casado pull out some fantastic assists over the past 2 years, but we need someone to be able to control that tempo, bring the composure down, get the ball moving quicker into good areas. So that's one of my concerns. I think apart from that, look at the run. It's not too bad, like you mentioned. Some home games, some away game. We're mainly, of course, looking at that quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey against Albacete away from home. I think we have Elche away from home. We have Girona away from home as well. But
now, Elche away from home is going to be a worry. I'm gonna be very honest.
I think they did two. They got a 2-2 result against Real Madrid there. I don't know if
they should have won. They should have won, bro. They were winning for most of that game.
I don't know if Iñaki Peña should be suspended or is going to be suspended for the game or not, because
I don't think loan players in La Liga that works. I know it works.
No. I know that, but Barcelona have been doing it for the past few years. For example, Ter Stegen cannot play against us when we play Girona in about 2 weeks' time. So Ter Stegen cannot, unless Girona are happy to pay. Yeah. Unless Girona are happy to pay us €500,000, he can't play in that game. So With LG, I'm not too worried about. I can see why you're worried about it. I'm not too worried about it because they're gonna play open football. If they said they're in part the West Ham hit us on the break, like probably Girona would, I would be a bit more concerned. But they're gonna play it open. They want to go toe to toe with us, and when teams go toe to toe with us, we tend to do well in those scenarios. So I'm quite optimistic. Also, at the end of next month, in about a month time, we're gonna have Pedri and Gavi coming back. We should have Ferran Torres back this weekend. So I think things are looking up. Things are looking lively. And just about getting some momentum, confidence, and getting some consistency. I think, again, that Super Cup win, we showed it at the stadium yesterday. That's going to be one of the big reasons that we're going to, end up, I think, applying forward. We got a big game, of course, on Wednesday as well. So, overall, I'm quite content. I'm not too worried. I think our next toughest game is, I think it's Atletico Madrid away, because we had to play Atletico Madrid at the Wanda.
I'll take a look. You go ahead.
It's San Mamés. San Mamés is our next hardest game. San Mamés.
Bro, no, that's not a good thing in the league, bro. We don't have a good record. I mean, we won there last season 3-0. So to be fair,
our record recently against the FA Club.
This is our record has improved, but there was a time.
I think our recent record in terms of the scoring Athletic Club is like 11-0. We beat them, of course, 5-0 in the Super Cup. We beat them 4-0 at the Camp Nou already. We beat them 3-0, like you mentioned, the MLS final game of the season last season. I forget the season before if we got a positive result or not. But our record there has been all right. But yeah, like you mentioned, that place terrifies me. So that's probably our next toughest game. I think I just saw as well. You have Villarreal at some point at home. Then you have Atletico Madrid at the Wanda. So from now until really March, you could say. So maybe now until like maybe for you and I would be like around the end of Ramadan, around Eid time. It's going to be quite comfortable in terms of the teams that we are facing, unless we get a Champions League playoff run. So
I mean, here's the table. So so LJ, I'm not gonna lie, LJ this weekend is a worry. I can see, bro.
The way for me is that look, we play on we play on Wednesday.
I know, okay, we play on Wednesday, but here's the important thing, bro. Because we're only a point behind Madrid, even a draw is not good enough. You understand what I mean? This is why I'm like, when I talk about slip, I'm not even talking about just losing. I'm talking about just the fact of like even drawing games. You understand what I mean, right? Because Madrid are on our tails, so they're just gonna be sitting there, just rubbing their hands, waiting. You understand what I mean, right? They're just hoping for us to get to any of these teams to get anything from us. And Elche away from home, they're Eder Sarabia, our former assistant manager, he's their manager, and he's been doing well there. I got to give him credit, right? He's really made them, especially at home, they're a very, very good team to play, right? Girona is a derby, but we have a good record at Girona. At the end of the day, I might see us, maybe going out there and getting the win. Now, this game, although, it's in the Camp Nou. I think the last time we actually lost a game at the Camp Nou, wasn't it against Villarreal? I think Villarreal was the last team to actually beat us in the Camp Nou.
Yeah, the final game of last season. The final home game of last season.
This season we won the league, right?
Yeah. When Thursday didn't want to do the speech and stuff, we lost 3-2.
That's my worry, man. Like, look.
Actually, if you look at it deeply, I think Villarreal, the last two times we played them at the Camp Nou, they beat us twice. They beat us 3-2 and 5-3. The 5-3 under Xavi, where Xavi announced afterwards he was gonna resign as the manager. But I'm not too worried about that. I think out of all these games, maybe the Elche one's quite the big worry, because you have a 48-hour turnover from the Copenhagen game to Elche game. But I think that since Elche play open football, I think we can definitely get a result. I'm not too concerned about it. Then you have San Mamés, that's a big worry. Then you have Wanda, where our record the Wanda is quite good. I think Flick has not lost there. I think he's won all his games.
By the way, Mateo says it was in the Montjuic. So I was talking about the last home game at the Camp Nou. So I think the last time we lost at the Camp Nou wasn't it against Villarreal. I think it was Xavi. That season we won the league. The year we won the league, I think we played them. I think we might have lost to them at the Camp Nou that season. I think they were like the last team. Hold on, I'll actually take a look right now.
Take a look. I don't think so. I remember us losing under.
Okay, so I'm looking at the head-to-head.
The Xavi Coben season, we lost to them.
Yeah, so head-to-head, right, at home. So we lost 5-3. So that was at the Montjuic in 2020.
That was at the Montjuic.
Okay, so the last time we won the Camp Nou, we actually won 3-0. Okay, so we won.
Yeah,
but to be fair, but this is the thing, right? Before that, we actually lost 2-0 at the Camp Nou. So point still stands. They have a good record against us, right? Give me a second. Let me actually put it up. There it is. So you can see, right? So last time we actually won there, last time we played them at the Camp Nou, 2022, we won 3-0, right? Yeah, we won 3-0. Big up to Mateus, right? We won 3-0. And then we lost 2-0 before. I think, was that a couple? Yeah, it was a La Liga game in the 21-22 season. I think that was in the Koeman season. Was it in Xavi's, when he just arrived at the club, right? So I won't even hold that against them. But still, the point still stands that they have a good record against us. Most of their best record is at home against us, right? So they're gonna come out to play against us. They've proven that Villarreal in the past, right? They come out and they actually play against Barca, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's what we want, because if we do that, I think we have a higher chance of winning. But then again, at the end of the day, I don't expect Elche to play like they played against Real Madrid. Even against Real Madrid, I think they played a low block, played them on the counter, and let's be real, right? That's best way to play against Barca. That's the truth, Hafiz. The best way to play against Barca is sit back, soak up pressure, hit us on the counter, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. But also, let me ask you one final thing before we actually move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about Cancelo in the game, starting in this game? Obviously, he started in this game, right? What did you think about his link-up play with Lamine?
Well, Cancelo was playing on the left, and Lamine was
Oh,
playing on
left.
the right.
My bad. I'm tripping. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about him in this game, though?
I thought he played well. I think he was probably one of our better players in that really poor first half. He had some good passes forward, some good runs. Bit lackluster, I would say. Maybe a bit. He kind of reminds me a bit of Rashford in terms of his tracking back. A bit lazy in that sense. I think he got into some good positions defensively when he lost the ball, but when he goes all the way to attack and then they win the ball back, he's quite slow in his tracking back. But I think apart from that, I think he had a solid hour, and hopefully we can see him at right back to see that connection between him and Lamine.
For sure. Listen, man, big up to all the people who are watching, man. Make sure you guys continue to smash the like button. Got over 79 people in here, man. Big up to you guys, man. Appreciate all of you guys who have been sending me some love. Big up to you guys, man. Big up to my guy Zir. We appreciate you. Big up to Joshua. Is it Jason? I'm sorry if I butcher your name. He says, I think him not starting Rashford makes me think he's gonna start him in the game against Copenhagen. Now we're gonna do the preview of the Copenhagen game later, but do you think that Rashford will potentially start in the game against Copenhagen?
The fact that we need to win and win by a little bit, I don't think so. I don't see him starting. Unless Flick wants to rotate. We don't know what happens behind the scene if players are tired and stuff like that. But I would be quite surprised if Rashford does start.
Okay. So we go to my guy King. He says Rashford needs to work on his finishing if we are gonna batter Copenhagen. Now, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about the Copenhagen game later. So all of you guys talking about in the chat, we'll get into all of that. But big up to Marco. Marco says almost easy chance, difficult chance. I guess he's basically saying he missed easy chances, but then the goals are, the most difficult chances, he's converting them. But I mean, look, I feel like almost slander gets a little bit harsh, to be honest with you, I feel. Especially first half of the season, he wasn't great. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm not gonna just justify it. He was poor in the at the first half of the season. But we got to give credit where credit is due. When he come back from injury, he was been good. So at the end of the day, I feel like people don't get it twisted. He was poor against Sociedad, but I don't even think he was really that bad. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't think he was. I'm not saying he was great, but the way people were kind of like going off, like, oh, he was terrible, he was garbage, this and this. I'm like, nah, man, he was just poor. He really, that's all.
I disagree. I said in my match review that I thought he had a good game. Apart from his finishing, I thought his connection play was well. Came back defensively, made some good movement.
I said it in my match reaction. I don't even think he was. I thought he was okay. I don't even think he was like I said it right. People, this is where I was going against like the people in my chat because everyone was like, "Yo, Omo was poor." I said, I don't think he was great, but then again, he had chances in the game. I think in the first half he was pretty good. So I feel like people, were just going off on him unfairly. But big up to my guy Marcus says, Yamal changed that ridiculous haircut for now and is back to cooking. I mean, bro, he's brought back the black hair and, it is what it is. I mean, I got to give it to him, man. What a goal, bro. Listen, it's funny, man. I saw some, it's funny, after the game, Madrid game, I saw some of these guys Madrid fans coming out, I saw something in the chat. I was like, bro, this is Twitter. This is why I'm never on Twitter, right? I got people trying to compare Franco, man, to my ball. I'm like, brother, Franco would be lucky to have even a smidge, 10% of Yamal's talent, bro. Get out of here, man. Listen, man, that guy could never listen, man. Listen, that Argentinian fro could never, man. Okay, let me be clear, man. He could never. But Yamal's goal was beautiful, man. Oh, the contact on it,
yeah,
sublime,
perfectly, yeah.
sublime. Dude, no, I'm telling you, man. Like, I don't. You know what it is? Sometimes people see bicycle kicks and they don't really realize, dude. Bicycle kick is tough, man. Like, you guys understand, bro, the angle you have to sometimes be at, right? To literally, like, especially for him, right? If you see, like, the angle, because he was, like, running and he had to, like, adjust his body. So when the cross came in, he had to adjust his body to be able to volley it. So it wasn't like the ball was coming his way and he just, you know what I mean, right? So he had to turn around and kind of, you know, bicycle kick it. So it could have easily went wrong, but, you know, it was an amazing goal. Go to my guy. It says, Barca fans forget clutch goals almost scored for us last season. Bro, his debut against Rayo Vallecano, bro. This is my point. I feel like people forget, man. This guy, before his injury started really hurting him that last season, dude, he was really cooking. Even when he came back from injury, he was getting back straight into the lineup. I remember when we were even playing him false nine. Do you remember the game against Betis in the Copa del Rey? When we played him in the false nine, and dude, he absolutely cooked. I was like, bro, why do we not see this a lot? Like, especially this season. I mean, we're experimenting, you know, trying to, you know, remove Lewandowski, right? I mean, Firmino is cooking, right? So, okay, if you want to play with Firmino and Olmo, what about we play Olmo in the false nine? You know, play him alongside, because he clearly works in the false nine, and that gives an opportunity for Raphinha and Yamal, who love to cut inside and actually be in the middle, right? I feel like it's an experiment that I don't know why Flick stopped the experiment, but that looked like it was going to work if you continue with it. It's kind of like with the Eric Garcia thing where he started playing with right back, he started cooking, and for some reason he just stopped playing him. I'm like, come on, man. Makes no sense, man. Says, bro, this team in Europe are garbage. We might as well exit the UCL to save us from embarrassment.
I consider it. I consider it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, we didn't do our podcast on Friday on your channel, but let's just talk about a little bit about that Slavia Prague game, bro. We won, but brother, that game was garbage. Like, that's one of the few games where I'm like, bro, come on. Like, bro, respectfully, we did the preview last week on Monday, and we were like, yo, this team is one of the worst teams. They barely score goals. They haven't won a game. This is a game where we should, I don't care if it's away from home, we should batter these guys. And somehow, some way, bro, they scored twice. And you know what's funny, right? I didn't want to be negative when I was doing the podcast last week, but there was a part of my heart, half it, that was saying, just watch this fraud of a team, right? Somehow, some way, make this team look good. The fact that we let these guys score 2 goals, right? It's an embarrassment. This is how I'm like, bro. I mean, at this point,
the thing is, both their goals were like, you know, lucky fugazi corner kicks. I mean, yeah, it is. I do agree with you that it is embarrassing, but at least it wasn't like, you know, direct open play. I'll take that at least.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Open play, non-open play, bro. Our defense is flipping garbage, man. Absolute garbage. But set pieces, bro. Imagine we are currently in the verge of playoffs, right? We're hoping to get top 8 so that we can avoid playoffs. Because here's the thing: if we get to the playoffs, we could potentially play a Bayern or an Arsenal. Do you want to see one of those teams? I'm telling you now, after the fact that we beat Bayern last season, bro, you know Bayern are waiting for us, bro. They are waiting for us after what we did to them last season. And let's be real, man. We've had enough of Bayern. Like, bro, if I can spend the next 10 years without playing Bayern, I'll be fine. Please, man, just keep Bayern away from me, bro. They're giving me too much trauma, bro. I've been traumatized as a football fan because of that club. Please, just leave me alone. All right, Zir, leave me alone, bro. Go deal with the other teams. Just leave me alone. And Arsenal, set piece FC, the team that is called set piece, bro. Imagine Gabriel against our defense, bro, on corners. Oh my god.
You know what the worst part about that is? If we play Arsenal, you know what the worst part is? You would have to start Arujo. Because if you don't start Arujo, you ain't competing in the air.
Bro, oh my god.
If you have Kubarsi if you have Kubarsi and Eric Garcia as your center back into an Arsenal game, you might as well like concede 2 goals easily. Yes, I don't know his shit. It would probably cost us more goals anyways. But if you don't have him on corner kicks and set pieces, you know, you'd have to like start like him and Bernal. I would say you just get some height in that team because we get molested.
bruv. I'm telling you now, man.
Just
I
for
am
set piece,
not.
I think over 2 legs, I think we can beat
I mean,
Arsenal.
listen, we can. Of course, we can. We
I'll
can
take
beat any
Arsenal.
team
I'll
in the
take
Champions League.
Arsenal over. I'll take Arsenal over Bayern.
No. Don't get it twisted. I don't think Arsenal are that either. I'm not even sitting here saying, oh, they're that team, right? They're not, bro. Like, listen, I speak to my boy Northside, right? I watch Arsenal every week, bro. I'm gonna be very real. Yeah, they're good. I'm not saying they're terrible. They're actually pretty good. But here's the thing, man. This idea that they're just this dominant, invincible, untouchable, bro. United literally proved yesterday, man. Like they're beatable. They are beatable. So yes, can we? Am I confident we can beat Arsenal in Champions League? Absolutely, because I've said it before. If you look at Barca's team, we have a team that can beat anyone. But the problem is our squad, bro, in the Champions League, we are just garbage in the Champions League. That's just us as a club. That's unfortunately the truth. Nah, it's a harsh truth, but it is what it is. We go to Marco. Marco says, Atleti always bent over for Barca. I doubt that game ends in a loss for Barca. I mean, to be fair, they beat us at home at the Montjuic last season. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Jason says, Xavi against Simeone, bro, always out. Yeah, he had a good record against Simeone. We got to give for Xavi Hernandez, man. That guy, I think he won every game against. Did he win every game against him? Every game, bro. Yeah, listen, man. My manager, man. My manager. Look up to my
Hopefully
manager.
Comes back into
Hopefully he comes back into management. Yeah. I would love to see my management soon now, and hopefully he gets a good job. Maybe like a Dortmund, something like that. I just want to see him get a project, right? I think that I still believe there's a manager there. I don't really want him to go to a United. I know people are saying like, I'm like, bro, please, no, not United, bro. Not United. United is a kiss of death, bro. Amorim, all these managers have gone there and just died. I'm not trying to see them criticize my manager. He says, last loss at the Camp Nou was so sad. The game you guys lifted the trophy after winning.
I was at that game. I was at that game in person.
How are you gonna watch the last, bro? Seriously, you watch our last game we lost and you don't even remember.
Hey man. We lifted the trophy that day. That's all I cared about. That's all I saw. I think we lost 2-0. I think Mikel Merino scored like in the 6th minute. The Sorla scored like in the 50th minute, and then Lewandowski got like a consolation goal.
Oh, this Sorla guy, man. Fucking hate
yeah,
dude,
fucking twat.
Why does this brother decide always to turn up against my club? Like, bro,
it's not us.
Real Madrid, bro. Why don't you turn up against Real Madrid, you fraud?
We just suck against target man strikers. I don't know why. We just have like some voodoo luck against them. Oh, Getafe just scored against Girona. No clean sheet for Ter Stegen.
Oh no! Hey, listen, man. Now that he's gone, I'm like, hey, listen, man. Hopefully he cooks and gets to the World Cup, man. But up to my guy. Sorry.
If you can guess how they scored, how do you think he scored?
Is this a corner?
At Ter Stegen's near post.
Static, man. There's just certain things that just never change. It does it. Big up to my guy. Sort of deep coach says, Omar is not realizing his full form or / potential. Lamine is our best player. I mean, there's no doubt Lamine is our best player. But I mean, listen, look, man. I'm not gonna lie. I never expected Omo to be a needle mover, right? But I expected him to just be a good signing, right? And no, I don't think he's been a terrible signing. I feel like people are just harsh, man. Says Franco hasn't done anything yet, Lord. Get him out of here. Exactly, man. Dude, I swear to God, sometimes, bro, when you just, you see it in the group chat, a lot of these Madridistas, bro. I swear to God, some of these guys, it's like they're doing WWE promos in there, man. Sometimes I'm not even like, sometimes I'm not even texting there, right? I'm just sitting there just reading. I'm like, bro, these guys, y'all should be WWE wrestlers, man. Like, if they give you the script, like a guy like Willman, he would be an amazing manager, bro. The way he be hyping up some of these bums he has in his team, right? Talk about Vinny's back and all this stuff, man. Bro, it is what it is. I can't wait to humble them, man. It says, that was a terrible pass from Olmo. Lamine made the assist. I mean, it was a good pass, man. Oh my God. I feel like people have a vendetta against this guy, man. He says Jean Garcia and Eric Garcia stocks up this season. Listen, the Garcias are up right now. We got to give it to them, man. And also, by the way, Hafed, do you think that Eric Garcia should be in the World Cup team? Do you think he should go to the World Cup?
I mean, he's been Barcelona's maybe best and most consistent player this season, so it'd be stupid not to take him, especially with, Dean Huijsen being inconsistent. Who else are like Spain center backs? Aymeric Laporte.
He's been mid. Aymeric Laporte.
Laporte's been injured like most of the season after coming from Al Nassr, so it'll be stupid not to take him.
We go to Alexander Wall says, Omar, I'm confident we will smash Bayern Munich. Flick is a way better manager than company. If we play it over, or if we play, it's over for them. I'm not worried about company, brother. You just saw us play against Copenhagen. What's the name? Slavia Prague and Eintracht Frankfurt, two teams that have been bums this season, and we barely.
You know what the worst part is, bro? You know the worst part is So we played Slavia Prague already. We played Copenhagen on Wednesday. Both these teams have had winter breaks. They have not played like competitive football in like a month. With Copenhagen, we played them on Wednesday. They were on a break from like December 13th to January 14th. Their first competitive game back was against Napoli last week with a Jew when they played a league game on the weekend, then they play us. So that's the really annoying part for me, that they're on a break, they're not even playing, and yet we're still, finding it a little bit difficult. With Slavia Prague and Oviedo, I knew 100% we were going to win, just about how. Even when we were 2-1 down, we were 1-0 down to Slavia Prague. 2-2 at halftime. I was very confident we were going to.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie, but big up to my guy I'm sorry, man. I cannot pronounce for nothing, man. But my guy says, Omar, I remember a long time ago you said you disliked Ter Stegen. Could you explain why? Let's see. Because he was holding my club to ransom, because he was acting like a spoiled brat during the summer, and because he was trash, but somehow, some way, didn't notice he was trash, right? My guy was moving like a diva in the summer. That's why I disliked him. But now that he's gone, bro, good riddance. Right? At the end of the day, nobody wants him here. And it's crazy. Like, did you watch his press conference? Even he admitted, bro, he came back thinking he was going to be in the starting 11. And the man saw Jean Garcia cooking in the starting 11 and said, yeah, I'm done. I'm finished. This is why he left, bro. I'm like, yo, listen, man, my guy, Jean Garcia, he just saw Jean Garcia for 5 minutes in the training ground and said, yeah, I'm done, man. I can't do this, man. But yeah, it is what it is, man. He can. Good luck to him at Girona. Listen. At the end of the day, it's not personal between me and this guy. I'm not saying if you leave, I hope you don't do well. Go for another club and cook. It is what it is. This Bayern would fist on our high line. Arsenal would take advantage of our set piece with understandable fear from both teams. Exactly, man.
But I'd rather have set pieces, because if you just prevent set pieces, you're fine. Concede 1 or 2 goals. Arsenal probably score every 4 or 5 corners, so just get 1 or 2 a game, as long as Idaho doesn't mess up, which he probably will. I mean, no. I don't mind. Maybe they might get it, because if we finish, depending on where we finish, we would get Arsenal or Bayern in the quarterfinals. Maybe they get knocked down in the round 16. Who knows? I've seen crazy things happen.
I'm telling you now, if we knock Arsenal or Bayern Munich out of the Champions League, my confidence of maybe frauding a Champions League trophy might get a little bit. And by the way, I said frauding. No, have it.
You can't. No. I never said no. You cannot fraud a Champions League. If you win it, you are
Chelsea did it in 2012. Chelsea did it in 2012. I'm not hearing this. Chelsea's Champions League in 2012, they frauded. No, bro, look at them that season, bro.
I guess you could Fugazi. Maybe you can Fugazi Champions League, but it's so hard. Even like us, we've had easy runs, hard runs. Fully fit team, injured team.
I mean, like getting some luck in it, because like
you have to have luck. You cannot win the Champions League.
Let's say in the quarterfinals. But that's my point. Even Madrid, do you remember Madrid when they won the Champions League? I think even
just look at PSG last season. They were
going to say, yeah, go ahead, go finish.
Look at PSG last season. They were lucky to qualify in the top 24, let alone the top 8. They barely qualified for the last 24. One result went their way, they would have been cooked. They would have been out, and they wouldn't have won. Maybe we would have won. I don't know. We would have beat Inter. We knowing that we didn't have PSG next. But you always win. Look at our ones as well. Maybe 2015 there was no luck. I think we won.
2015, we were just better than everyone.
2011, maybe with the Pepe red card in the Champions League against Madrid.
But also, remember the Arsenal against 10 men. Do you remember the Arsenal game in the round of 16? Let's be real, man. You know me, I don't bullshit. Like that red card by Van Persie was bullshit. That was one of the worst. Like that was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen given to a club.
I think that decision is overrated.
No. But have it. Do you remember? He got sent off because the referee blew his whistle and he kicked the ball a second after the referee's whistle was blown. You gotta give
it was a second yellow. It wasn't a straight red.
I would lose it if that happened to my player. So I'm gonna be real. But
we already won that game. We already won that game. We already won that game comfortably, though. And I think it was a second yellow.
Thing, though. That's why my point. I'm not even saying that's the reason that we won, but I'm saying it was bullshit. But I still believe that we would have won going on to it, because the reason why a lot of Arsenal fans still hold that against the Barca fans is because if you remember, they won 2-1 in the first leg, which, by the way, was the only game we lost that season in the Champions League, right? Because we went on like that whole round, we did not lose, right? So we lost in the first leg at the Emirates, and also if you remember, they took the lead at the Camp Nou, so it was 3-1. So a lot of them were like, if we didn't do this happen, we would have won. But still, listen, Hafed, I don't want to go off course. Let's actually talk about some news, right? Pedri news. We obviously we didn't do a podcast last week on your channel, so we didn't get to talk about it. But oh man, 1 month. He's out for a month, and I'm a very real man. This is a blow. Let's just call it for what it is. It's a huge blow, because look, we cannot pretend, bro. There's not a midfielder in this current Barca team that can do what Pedri is doing. I mean, listen, there's some that might be able to do close to it, but really, man, if we look at the way Pedri dictates, I might look at a guy like De Jong and say, okay, maybe a little bit, but you are not Pedri. Respectfully, bro, he is not Pedri. Gavi is returning. Gavi, even if he returns, he's not going to just, he's not, bro. This guy's been out for months. I'm not expecting this guy to start in this team probably until maybe mid-March, potentially. I'm going to be very honest, right? Because of how long he's been out. But for me, he's not really that kind of midfielder. He's more of an attacking-minded midfielder, right? What's his name? Olmo, maybe, perhaps, because I've seen him play drop deep. He's a little bit, right?
That's what
but really, man, we don't have a creative number 8 like that of Pedri's stature in this team. And I'm gonna be very honest, man. This could be a big blow, because if you look at our attack, man, Pedri is the orchestrator, man. He's the one that's really putting the ball where it needs to be. How worried are you of this injury? Because I'm worried. I'm not gonna lie, man.
I expect us to maybe drop off in one game due to his lack of, a lack of creativity, missing Pedri. But I think our run is quite favorable to the point where, I'll take it. I'd rather it now than at any other point in the season. But there will be, I think, a point during those games where we're gonna miss Pedri. We're gonna see that missing piece, and might hopefully not drop points or get a bad result. But I think out of all the times, the best time would have been now. He'll be back for the Champions League round 16 if we don't put the playoff game. So I'm not too fussed about it.
Yeah, man.
Especially with Albacete in the round of in the Copa del Rey. If we have maybe a harder team, maybe I'd be a bit more worried. But with Albacete, if they beat us, it's going to come down to luck that they did against Real Madrid. It won't come down to us missing Pedri. Right. So that's why they made with that draw and the run. I'm not too fussed. Take his time. Him and Gavi coming back will be a nice little, romance and a little bit of a party. Then we can lock back in for the rest of the season.
I think he's more of an 8-ish player. He's a
I think Gavi's all 3, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably.
I think he's all 3, but really his natural position, I think, is more of an 8. He's a destroyer in like advanced destroyer. So he's kind of. Which player can I compare him to if I look at the Madrid team? I would say he's very similar to maybe. Which player would you compare him to in the Madrid team? Willie?
Gavi?
Do Madrid even have a player like him? Okay, which player in Europe would you compare Gavi to? Because I'm really trying to think of.
I've always said this, Omar. I think any team, any manager in the world would take Gavi. No, not really. I think Gavi has more technique to Caicedo. I think he's better going forward than Caicedo as well. Gavi is all round. He does everything to the highest level in football. That's why most of the time, somehow, some way, he manages to get a starting lineup, whether it be off the left, in the middle, in the pivot, in the 10. So he's such a unique player. But I would say he's probably more of an 8. I think he probably goes 8, 6, then 10 is what I would say.
Would you say he's kind of like a lower version of maybe like a Jean Neves?
Well, Joe is better now because of the
Oh, Jean,
consistency.
yeah, because let's be real, right? Gavi scores a lot of goals, right? Especially when
I
he
think
plays in the
bar for bar,
box.
Ben for Ben, Gavi's a better player than Juan Neves, but right now Juan Neves is better due to what he's done in the past year and where Gavi has
Ooh,
been. So
ooh, he said it. I mean, look, hey,
I don't
listen.
think
I
it's
feel like
that
people. I feel
outlandish
like
to
you know what?
say.
You know what? Okay, no, no. So okay, so I'm gonna be real, right? I know there's a lot of people like, well, who will sit there and try to tell us, try to, talk about, oh, Gavi is overrated. No, I don't think he's overrated. I think he's actually pretty good. I think people really sleep on how good Gavi is because you know what it is with Gavi. Gavi is like a jack of all trades kind of midfielder. And you know when you're a jack of all trades kind of midfielder, a lot of people don't really know what you're really good at. Because like we know with Pedri, we know Pedri is an orchestrator. He's a magician. He's like he's the one. He's the what do you call it? What do you call the people that do play the dummies, right? So he's like the orchestrator, like the one who's handling
Mm-hmm.
the dummies. That is who Pedri is, right? We know what he is, right? When you look at De Jong, I think De Jong is more of a deep line playmaker, so he's like a six that kind of he doesn't really do the defensive midfield thing, but he's a defensive midfielder in the way he carries the ball out, right? So he's kind of like when Busquets gets the ball, how Busquets when he had the ball, right? How much of that's kind of play that De Jong is technically because that's who he was at Ajax. He was at number 6.
Mm-hmm.
That was orchestrated, right? Olmo and Fermin are both 10s. You understand what I mean? So when it comes to Gavi, you can play him in the 6. He will cook. He's a player that will, and I feel like when you look at him as a number 6, he's a destroyer, man. Number 6. When you look at Gavi, right? He's a guy who's gonna clatter you out, take you out. He's got the energy, the stamina. That's why Spain always like calling him up. He's such a versatile player, bro, because they can just play him anywhere in the midfield and be like, all right, Gavi, we need you here. Sometimes he even plays in the wings. Remember, they even play him in the wings. Like the guy is so good, man. That's why, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't. That's why I listen. I think Gavi, if he can just have a full season, no injuries, I think that conversation you just mentioned about Joao Neves might make more sense. But because Gavi doesn't really play that much, it's kind of I think Joao
Mm-hmm.
Neves is better right now, to be honest, right? But things can always change. But I still think Gavi is not that far away from him. But yeah, I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be really mind the Pedri thing. Hopefully we can be able to deal with this, and hopefully De Jong maybe can be able to handle it, because we've just sold.
Hopefully that's the idea.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he's the only one. I'm gonna be very real. In this kind of midfield, he's the only one that can do the orchestra. I don't trust any other midfielder to do it, right? I'm gonna be very real. I don't think another midfielder can do it, right? So De Jong is the only one, but yeah, it is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. But like I just mentioned, Drew Fernandez, Hafid. I think he's officially, it's official now. So
Yeah.
he's off to PSG. Um, I'm gonna be very real, man. Disappointed, but hey, listen, man. We don't beg for any players to stay, right? Recently, my Gambian brother, the next big thing in Gambian football, the first Gambian player to put on the Barca shirt is coming up, man. Like Ibrahima Tunkara, but he signed his deal with Barcelona. I can't be honest, man. I need to see this guy just play one game for Barca, man. Just one. If he even plays one game, bro, I'm gonna be so gassed. I'm gonna be like, yo, a Gambian actually play for a Gambian actually play for my club, man. Nah, man, nah. It is what it is. But people have been hyping him up, right? Bro, I'm gonna be very real, man. The hype on this kid is crazy. The hype on this, I know you probably have read about him, right? I don't know if you watched him,
Mm-hmm.
but dude, he's been the one that people have been buzzing about, and I'm excited. I'm not even saying that just because I'm Gambian, because he's like 15. Like, dude, he's a young man. So the fact that people are already talking about him at 15, bro, it's kind of the things you want to hear. You know, someone you're like, yo, listen,
Yeah.
man, we have another
I
one,
haven't watched
another
them.
one coming off
I
the.
just seen comps of him, some compilations and stuff online. Looks good though, but
Who?
until for the first Gambian
Mm.
to play for Barcelona. So I've only seen
Hey,
compilations. I
listen.
haven't seen a full game. But once he starts playing with the B team, that's not probably see him more often.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be watching him if he plays for the B team. All right, but Hafid, listen, man. Let's actually talk about. Look up to my guy NBA 2016. He says, "Are we Laporta out?" I mean, I know Barca boy is definitely not Laporta out. He is not Laporta out. Okay, tell him. Man
I
says he's not.
mean,
Yo, by the way, I'm doing. By the way, guys, chat. I'm going to be doing a video talking about the election, right? So I'm going to give you guys the information. I'm sure Hafid will probably do the same for like, the candidates and stuff like that. But yeah, this guy he's a Laporta. He's pro Laporta. He's anti everyone. I've been seeing him cooking Victor Font on Twitter, man. Like, yo, this brother, man. Listen, listen, man. Like Laporta.
Wait. Are you Laporta or you Laporta? What are you?
Hey, listen, me right now, bro. I don't know, man. Listen, right now, Laporta is ahead. I'll say that, okay? No. Listen, hear me out.
If you're Laporta hour, this will be the last ever Blaugrana Podcast. So we're gonna wrap this up. Last episode.
Hey, listen.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Hear me out, brother. No, listen. Hear me out first, right? Look, listen. I think Laporta is ahead. Laporta has. Listen, from where we are, I'm not one of these people that just live in the here and now. I remember where we were and where we are now, right? I give Laporta a lot of credit, and for me, he's still up. You understand what I mean? He's still up, but I feel like recently, bro, some of the decision making he's been making has been worrying me. You understand what I mean? Where I'm like, listen, man, I'm gonna be very real, bro. I don't like the way he handled the whole Xavi thing. I think that sacking him was the right idea. The way he did it was wrong, right? That's the first one. Number two, the whole dude getting rid of Almani for Deco. I mean, listen, if Almani wanted to leave, that's fine. But dude, the hiring of Deco, I will still hold that that was a terrible idea. I don't think he was the good appointment. Let's be real. Before he was a sporting director, before he became a sporting director, he was an agent. My guy didn't have expertise as a sporting director, respectfully, like Almani did. Almani was a sporting director. He proved it in the players he brought at this club, that this guy was a genius, the way he used to get deals done. You understand what I mean, right? So for me, I some of those things are the things that worry me. And also, it's the lack of transparency that I used to remember that Bartomeu did, which is why I really despise this dude, right? He was not transparent. He lied to us in our faces and was always like, acting like nothing was wrong, right? So what I want from my president is transparent. I want you to be honest with me. I don't need you to always tell me sweet lies. Maybe, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Like, you know what it is? If he says in the summer, we're going to sign a striker, I need to know as my president, I believe you. If you tell me, summer, strikers coming in, defenders coming in, I'm going to be like, I'm not worried, man. I know Laporta. Laporta is a man of hero. He actually will get it done in the summer. But if we're not, don't tell me. Don't tell me we're going to get these guys. Don't tell me we're going to do it.
When did Laporta lie and when does he not show transparency? Because last time I checked, he's one.
Okay, let me give you an example. I'm going to be very real, right? The one I'm going to use for me is the Messi one. Now, the Messi one is not his fault. I'm not saying that's his fault.
God. Hold that. No, hold that. Tell me apart from Messi. You're bringing me stuff from 4 years ago. Tell me something recent in the last year or two.
No. Okay. No, but hold on. Let me finish. I'm not blaming him for the whole situation of Messi. That's not his fault. I know. Him leaving is not his fault. You know what I have an issue with? I wish Laporta could have been more honest with us and be like, I'm going to try my best to keep him, but there could be complications. That way, if he didn't get it done,
you're sounding stupid, man. You're actually sounding stupid. No. Stop. Let's recap. Let's recap. About Xavi? Okay. About Xavi, you're 100% correct. He was in the end. He was right to sack Xavi because look at what Flick has done. The way he went about it, sack came after the press conference. Okay. Yes. In regards to Aleman chose to left. He wasn't sacked. He wasn't fired. Laporta was very happy. You can see the press release that's still on the club's website from 2 years ago. The glazing that Laporta does for Aleman. When you're comparing Aleman to Deco, you have to provide context. Aleman had a $200 million Euro war chest, where Deco has nothing. When you appoint sporting directors, you don't, especially at Barcelona, it's not like the Premier League where you go and you appoint random names for experience. At Barcelona and at clubs run by members like you and I, you appoint people that you can trust and that get the job done. Deco had experience. He's close with Laporta. Laporta thought he was the best bet. I think from what Deco has done in terms of the deals that he's completed, I think he's done an okay job. Yes, could he have signed other players? Sure. But FFP, was worse under Deco than it was under Yamal. That is a fact.
Okay, cool.
I think in order for you to judge Deco, you have to wait till he gets a full summer with no FFP issue and whatever our budget is, 100 million, 150, 75 million. That's when I think you can judge Deco. Not when he has three hands behind his back. All he can do is sign Olmo and he gets the job done for a fair price and, in a good, adequate time after the Euros. Laporta, when he came in, he has been the most transparent president that probably you and I have had in our lifetime. He speaks every week in the media. He gives us updates.
What about the stadium thing, man? How many times did he tell us the stadium was going to be ready and it didn't?
So the stadium is So the stadium was delayed because of the constructors. I don't know if you know this, but he's not the one going there with the hammer and building it, right? So when let me finish. Finish. So when they told him it would be, just say, for example, we were supposed to be back at the Camp Nou last November, 2024, right? Yes. We were supposed to be back at the Camp Nou.
We were supposed to return this season, I think.
No. We were supposed to.
First time we were supposed to return was around early 2024, I think.
Yeah, we were supposed to be back at the Camp Nou in 2024 in November. So we did one season, that one season under Xavi where Xavi got sacked. That was supposed to be in
I think that was 2023. That was November.
That was the 2023-2024 season.
Yeah, so 2023 was November 2023 was first supposed to return. Because you said that was in Xavi's last season, right? Because
so Xavi's whole last season,
Flick was the one in charge. In November 2024, it was Flick.
1 second. So Xavi's whole entire last season was supposed to be at the Montjuic. We were not supposed to go back at the Camp.
Okay.
The plan was one full season away from the Camp Nou, then we come back the next season. So in Flick's season, remember how we played the whole season at the Montjuic? That shouldn't have been the case. We should have been back around November time. Then we were teasing it. But at no point did the club make it official that we were going to go back. They tried to. The construction was taking too long, more complicated than they thought, whatever. Where Laporta went wrong is when the club announced in August, we're going to be back at the Camp Nou for the Joan Gamper, then the permits were denied. He came out, he said, I was wrong for that. I got excited. We submitted everything in time. The city gave us, good vibes. We announced it, but then the city came back and said, oh, wait, you have so many stuff missing. You can't do it. So he admitted that. And he's a man of his, he takes accountability for that. He said, I'm a Barca fan. I got excited. So he took accountability for that. But I want to talk about what you said with Joan Laporta is where he lacks transparency. This is where I disagree with you because since he became president, and I don't know if you remember, in that first year when we had big problems, we're asking players to reduce wages. He was releasing videos on his Twitter every match day saying, look, guys, I know it's shit football. We're playing crap, but please trust me. Please just give us patience. In the summer, everything's going to be different. And that's when we had that big summer, Lewandowski, Koundé, Raphinha, Kessié, Christensen. He's the one that's making. He's the one that put out the video, so that's being as transparent as possible. Bartomeu only spoke once or two times a season. Even now, I'm seeing quotes now my timeline of Joan Laporta when he speaks to the media. He sits down, gives updates multiple occasions on even Barca TV as well. I know this because I cover all his interviews, right? Because when the president speaks, you listen. He gives you good updates. He gives you insight. He speaks a lot. He provides us always the transparency that we need. He comes out every second. He said that, recently, Fermin renewal is on track. We're going to get that done. We're surprised that Joe left. So he gives this update all the time. So that's a false narrative.
Yeah, I saw the Joe one. I saw that one.
Exactly. I think the only mistake Joan Laporta has done is probably announcing the stadium too early. But okay, are we going to be really that upset about it? The way he treated Xavi is definitely wrong. The sacking of Xavi. I would have kept Xavi at the time. You were, I think, Xavi out, if I'm not mistaken.
Me? No. So me, I was more of, when he resigned, I respected it. Because I was like, okay, I don't want to get to a point where I'm going to be out, but I don't think he was good enough. I feel like
before Xavi was
I feel like he did his job. He came in, transitional, build a team that won us the league. I feel like he done enough where the next manager who came in would just take over what he had. So, and I felt like for him, I would rather see him leave than, get to a point where people are like, Xavi out, going out like, it's not good enough. I was never at that position.
Fair enough.
But I was in a position of, it might be just time. You feel me, right? And when he resigned, that's why I really, really, my respect for him went to another level because I was like, he understood that he carried the team to where it needed to go. I feel like even he understood, okay, right now, this job is too big for me. I feel like I've gone to where I need to go. Let me give to another person. And that's
To summarize, long story short, Joan Laporta is the GOAT. And look, the most important thing and why he should be reelected and why you should be Laporta in is look at the options you have. The options that you have.
Okay, let's talk about the options now.
Shit.
You don't like Victor Font. Now, I want to know, because you just asked me about Laporta. What is your personal view with Victor Font, respectfully, bro? Because the guy has never been president. The guy has never been judge. Like, he's run for candidate. This is his second time, I think, running, right?
Yeah.
So what is it about Victor Font that just irks you, where you're like, nah, he's not the man? Like, what is it?
So, in every statement that he says, he lies. And the facts are out there. He'll tell you, he says that, for example, he fabricates things so much. He has no footballing experience whatsoever. Tells us that, if I win the election, I'm going to call Messi the next day. And do what? Do what? What's Messi going to do? Glaze you?
I'm not going to.
He says the most randomest things that don't make sense. We can even pull up his quotes now, and I'll debunk every single one of them. He is someone that has.
How would you feel if he said, "No, let me just remember when Perez, because Perez was kind of similar to Victor Font, where he wasn't really a footballer person, he was a businessman that wanted to become president, but then Lorenzo San was there, and then he actually didn't make the big announcement of, if I become president, then Luis Figo will join Real Madrid, and then that's what it was. I was like, what? Okay, you feel me, right? So, how would you feel, right? Scenario, right? How would you feel if Victor Font came out and said, if you elect me as president, I'm not even saying Mbappe, right? Because I don't know if you would want Mbappe at Barcelona personally.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he said, if you make me president, Haaland will sign in the summer, and if he doesn't sign, if he doesn't sign, I will resign right away.
I mean, it would depend on what player Laporta offers me. But.
Because I know you're a Haaland guy, so that's why.
I don't know, man, because I'm not gonna take one player over 4 years minimum of failed structure and running of the club. Like, that's my worst fear: getting another Bartomeu, another Sandro Rosé to come and run this club and run us into the ground. We've already been on a healing journey. I feel like I'm doing meditation. We've been healing for 4 years now. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to square one, right? And if Victor Font is promising me Haaland, then I think Joan Laporta can get me Haaland as well. So I mean,
if he promises, you'll be like, okay, Laporta, I need to know what your response to that is, right? So
I would say to Laporta, I would say to Laporta, hey, can you try and get Haaland? Like,
listen, man, give me your response, man. It's like, listen, man, don't let me down. I am still on your side. I think hope. Let me know.
There's no way if anyone here is Laporta out, or even if you are as well. I think it shows.
But there's a lot of people who are Laporta out in my chat.
They're idiots.
Especially when we lose. People are like Laporta out, Deco out, this and this.
That's just reactionary. But if you're actually like Laporta out, especially with the options that you do have, I saw one of the potential presidential nominees now.
Yeah, I saw the other two people. I haven't introduced to guys.
No, one of them right now is he was doing a live stream on eSport 3, which is like a Catalonia radio. He was saying that what?
On YouTube?
No, on like their channel, like on their TV channel. And he was saying that, Vicky Lopez he was talking about the women's team. He's like, Vicky Lopez is one of the best defenders in the world, and she plays for us, which is good. But there's no player in the Barcelona team called Vicky Lopez. Like, this is the shit we're dealing with. I mean, like, this is who the hell is Vicky Lopez? Can someone tell me who
Putellas is the best player in the world? That would have made more sense. Like, come on, man.
Like, he I think he meant like another player in the team. I think there's another player named Vicky, but her last name's not Lopez, so he doesn't even know player names.
Man, that's stupid.
And he's trying to come out here trying to be the Barca president, man. I think Laporta.
You know what it is. You know what. But you know why they did that, right? Because if you mention a female football, but like, it's like if I want to run for president, I'm like, Alexis Putellas is the best player. Or say, I don't know if Graham Hansen is still in the team, the Norwegian midfielder. I don't know if she's still there.
She is.
Yeah. Right. If I said Graham Hansen is the best number 10 in the entirety of Europe, then it will make me look like I'm someone that is a Barca man, because I'm even watching the women's.
No. But he mentioned he didn't get a player in the team right. That's the point.
That's my point. He was trying to do the smart thing where he's gonna be like sound like a A person who
Uh
knows his game. You feel me, right? But listen, it is what it is. Listen, Hafid. But listen, we're gonna actually this whole debate on the presidency, right? I might save this for another because the election is later on this year, right? It's in 2 months.
I
So
just googled the
by
name,
the,
by the way. So Vicky Lopez she's got the Lamine Yamal the team. She's like a youngster. She plays on the right wing, and he said
ah
she's the best center back in the world. So it's imagine
oh,
Laporta saying Lamine Yamal is the best center, as the best defender in the world.
oh yeah, my guy, I am handsome has backed you up here. He said 5 years ago, Victor Font said that he will bring back Pep Guardiola and Messi. He's an absolute joke. All talk, no action. Hey, there you go. There you go, Hafid. Listen, we got some pro Laporta people in the chat, man. We have a lot of pro Laporta in
Good,
here.
good.
I'm surprised because there's been a lot of anti Laporta people that are in my watch alongs. I'm like, bro, I don't know where these people are at. I'm sure some of them will probably rewatch this and say this, but it is what it is. I mean, listen, Hafid. So let's just talk about the final thing because we got 10 more minutes before chaos. Oh shit. I think my guy just left. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, Hafid. Let's move this. Let's move this along. I'm not gonna last. Let's just move this.
I clicked X on the tab.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We're actually about to wrap up. Okay. Final
Alright.
thing: Champions League weekend, Champions League midweek, big game, huge game, right?
Yeah.
All the games are getting played on Wednesday. So at the end of the day, anything can happen. Some teams are playing each other. We got PSG versus Newcastle. Both teams,
Big for us,
fighting for
yeah.
top 8. I think Sporting are playing one of the other teams in the top 8 too. There's a few teams playing each other in the top 8. So we are one of the few teams who are actually playing a team on paper who we should
Sporting
smash,
plays
right? Or beat.
at this MMS.
There you go. So we have a lot of important, a lot of games going our favor where I think that what it is also. I feel like we don't need a lot of teams to kind of a lot of results to go our way. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 results go our way and we win. We actually get top 8 because right now we are 9th. So we are literally on the edge of it. You feel me, right? So I feel like, at the end of the day, man, we should win. I feel like, we need to go out there and get the biggest win we can. So what are you saying about the game on this Wednesday, man? What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm very confident we'll win. It just comes down to by how much, right? Do we need goal difference, stuff like that? I think right now we are in 9th place and Chelsea are ahead of us by 1 goal difference. Newcastle have a 4 goal difference on us, same with PSG. So hopefully if their game even ties and we win, we'll be fine because hopefully at some point one of these 2 teams will drop points for sure. So basically right now you're eyeing Chelsea. Sporting are behind us. They have 5 goal difference, but they play MMS Athletic Club. Hopefully Athletic Club can do us a favor. But City have 1 goal behind us, but they play Galatasaray at home. So I think it's gonna really come down to the wire in terms of goal difference. So if we win the game by 3 goals or more, like we did against Oviedo, nice 3-0 win, 4-1 win, I think we'll be fine. But if we just win the game by like 1-0 or 2-1, like it's tight, like a Frankfurt, then we're gonna be looking at other games. We'll see the game. All the games are gonna be happening at the same time, so everyone's gonna be communicating. Galatasaray, City scored. We need to score 1 more. Blah blah blah. So I think we will get top 8. I'm confident by that. I think it's quite easy. It should be fairly straightforward for Barcelona, but it comes down to that goal difference battle. Do City, beat Galatasaray 5-0. Who else is in that top 8? You have Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid play Bodo Glimt at home, so they should be able to maybe thrash them. Atlanta, they play Union SG away from home, so you never know. Who else do we have? Then Inter. Who do Inter play? They play Dortmund, so that could be maybe.
That's a good one. That's another one I forgot to mention. Ooh, another one.
But I think with Atlanta and Sporting, I'm not too worried. I'm more watching out for City and Athletic. Don't forget Chelsea played Napoli, so that's gonna be a tough game for them. So
that's away at Napoli. That's not gonna be easy.
So
and like you mentioned, PSG versus Newcastle.
So
listen,
either way,
if PSG win, Newcastle will lose. We win,
exactly.
And we go ahead of them. So that's why I'm like, either team loses, it kind of works on our favor.
If PSG, here's the thing, right? If PSG and Newcastle they draw, let's say Chelsea draw as well, or Chelsea lose, Tottenham are in 5th place. They have 14 points. They already have 1 more point than us, but they play Eintracht Frankfurt away. So if they lose or draw, we can finish in 5th. Real Madrid play Benfica. One second. Real Madrid play Benfica away. If they lose that game, if they lose, if they lose or draw,
Mhm.
and we have
Mhm.
a better, I think what's our goal difference between Real Madrid? They have 11, we have 5. So it's quite steep.
Yeah.
So if they lose that game,
How many
we can
points do
pass
they
them.
have?
They have
I think they have the
15, so they're
same.
2 ahead of us.
So if they lose,
If they lose, we win, we finish above them. Because we
man,
finish on
anything can
16, they would
happen,
finish on
man.
15.
We're very real. They have not been that impressive, so I can even see them
There's so
going
many
out there.
different, there's so your
Right.
game, beat them, by maybe even 4 or 5. That'd be idea. Most important though is the win.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Listen, hopefully we can listen. We just need to focus on ourselves. Go out there and win. Listen, I'm a very real man. I've not been impressed with us, especially in the Frankfurt game where I thought we would batter them. We didn't. So listen, I hope these guys can wake the hell up and give us a performance in the UCL for God's sake. We're not asking for much against a team like Copenhagen. Go out there, give us at least a 3-0, bare minimum. I'm sorry, man. We can, right? Get us a bare minimum 3-0 and let God handle the rest. Because at the end of the day, I do believe there's going to be drama in the. There has to be, bro. There's a lot of big games on Wednesday, bro. So drama will definitely fall on Wednesday. So anything that happen, I dare these frauds to somehow draw or lose against Copenhagen, man. The Flames, I'm gonna come. Like, bro, at that point, man, just don't even get us to the place. Just get me out of this competition. Let me just focus on the league. Like, if that happens, but it is what it is. Listen, man, big up to all the people who have been here throughout this stream, man. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Appreciate every single one of you guys who's been here, man. Listen, man, make sure you guys smash the like button, guys. I think we're only on 29 likes. Dude, I've had over 90 people at some point here, and only 29 people have liked the video. What the hell? Come on, y'all, man. Listen, man. Smash the likes, man. Smash the likes on your way out, guys. At least get me to 40 likes, man. Big up to you guys. Appreciate every single one of you. Listen, stream will be redirecting you all to Football Chaos, right? Me and Halfhead are gonna be there. They're gonna cook these Madrid frauds, man. After they try to, have a lot of chess after beating Villarreal. I haven't mentioned the Villarreal game because we don't talk about them. Yeah, they're below us. They're below us. So until they actually get top of the table, right? We are not gonna even discuss them, bro. You guys are still beneath us, still lonely at the top. You Madrid frauds. It is what it is. Appreciate every single one of you guys, every single time. Big up to you guys, man. And make sure you guys go subscribe to Barca Boy 103. Next podcast will be on his channel. He will be back on Wednesday, just like me, for the watch along, man. So make sure you guys know what to do, man. Big up to you guys. Visca Barca.